Hey, I want to share with you today how the Lord talked to me regarding, if you will, the chemistry, even though I'm not going to share that part, of why his plants and his oils work as far as medicine is concerned. So we know in the beginning that in the garden that there was no such thing as medicine, but also it wasn't necessary, was it? But God in his foresight, in his sovereignty, in his knowledge knew that Adam and Eve would fall. And so when he created the plants on the third day, I want you to hear that. When he created the plants on the third day, he made those plants mimic human cells, even though humans had not been yet created. And he made them where they would be very adaptable to us. And so he concocted, if you will, within that chemistry of that plant, ways to be able to help us once we fell, and things that he knew that were going to happen that would speak directly to us. So how many people know that when you were born with a sin nature, right? That comes to you through, if you will, Adam, that comes to you through the seed. But guess what? So do other things. So there can be generational curses that have been carried down. There can be physical traumas that can be carried down, but also within yourself. If you have something that happens to you, even emotionally, that can be carried down through the seed, but also things that happen to you. It will mark your DNA. So when the Lord was talking to me about this, he was telling me about frankincense. Now, when we think about frankincense, we think about baby Jesus, right? And we think about that was a gift that the wise men brought to Joseph and Mary regarding Jesus. Why? It was so highly prized. But let's hear something else. So there are compounds within frankincense that allow us to be able to, if you will, here we go, change your DNA programming. There are compounds in here that scrub the cells clean, which changes the way the cell works. There are compounds in here that mark the misinformation on your DNA. And there are compounds in here that go and rewrite the genetic information on your DNA. And so when the Lord was talking to me about this, I was like, okay, Lord, how would this bottle know? How would this bottle know how to make my DNA perfect? How to make my DNA as you made it? And he said, Landis, when I created the plants on the third day, I created them with my DNA. He knew that that would be medicine for us. He created it with his DNA. We are made in his image. When we apply those, the plant cells mimic the way our cells work. They go in and remark that information to be perfect, just as his DNA is perfect. He is able to accomplish much through a bottle of essential oil of frankincense.